Didn't they make a Pixar movie around this? Or was it a DreamWorks movie? Either way, I'm making a deck around it. Alright, so before the video starts, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave a like, also subscribe to the channel if you are not already. It helps out quite a bit. And then also follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and also you can join my Discord if you want to be part of these Discord videos that I will be doing in the future. I've already done one in the past, so if you want to join in on that, feel free to do so. Links are all in the description. And yeah, let's go on with this video. Monsters Rat Infestation. So a lot of people probably already know about this deck, and a lot of you have been asking me to play it. And I kind of always wanted to do it, but then I kind of didn't because, you know, it's someone else's idea. But at the same time, it's a pretty funny meme. So why not now with the new monster ability, which makes this actually a lot easier to work with. So the first card that I need to talk about is the card that this deck is actually built around, and that card is Noonwraith. Now Noonwraith's Death Wish is to spawn 2 rats in a random enemy row. And the deck is built around the fact that you're basically swarming your opponent's board and then basically make them reach the limit of 18 cards on their side of the field as fast as possible in round 3, and basically just force them to start discarding cards while you can keep playing your cards in the meantime. These other cards, for example, are ENDREGA Eggs, which spawns 3 drones in this row. So this could also work for your Glusty, which you are going to be playing in that round 3 when you clock the opponent's board with just simply 1 power rats that you can just later on eat with Glusty. Then I also play Natural Selection, which damages an enemy unit by 4, then spawns a drone in a random allied row for each point of excess damage dealt. So this card's pretty decent. It's a nice little control card, and it works because it's organic, and I will move on as to why I need to run the organics later on. Then we have ENDREGA Larva. Thrive, deploy, spawn a base copy of this unit and summon it to this row. This is a pretty nutty engine. I think every monster deck will be playing this card. If you don't have this card already, just craft it immediately in monsters. Even if you don't play monsters, just craft this card. It's literally the best bronze in the game right now. So yeah, let's just go ahead and move on to the next card. BARGHEST. Deploy, consume an allied unit, order dominance, consume an allied unit. So this is basically 2 consumes. Now, I would have to admit that this deck is not fully optimized. I'm not sure about this card being in the deck since you do have quite a bit of consumes, but I do need this card and Karen, which I'll talk about later on, for the Dettlaff Fire Vampire, which I'll also be talking about later on, simply because I need those points in round 1 to win round 1, because winning round 1 is basically the key in this deck. Next up is KIKIMORE Workers. Melee, whenever you play an insectoid, gain 1 armor, exposed, destroy self. So basically if the opponent deals 4 damage to this basically self-destructs, which isn't the greatest, but I feel like this is an alright slot in this deck. I don't really know what to put in this other 5-piece slot. I put Harpy in, but I didn't really like Harpy that much, so I replaced it with this because it's just more consistent for like 7 points. Gives you nice little reach in round 1 if you need it. Then we have Jotun. Deploy melee, boost self by 2 for every unit more your opponent has on the battlefield. Now this is where the synergies start coming in with the rat infestation. So in round 3, if you manage to fill the opponent's row with these rats, this card will play for like 20 plus points. It's actually insane in this deck for 6 provisions at least. And yeah, but I mean, there's obviously a condition to be met here, so that's why it's 6 provisions. But I also see myself mulliganing this card a lot in like round 1 because it doesn't really do much in round 1 since you do kind of want to swarm your own board in round 1. With things like the ENDREGA Eggs and stuff. So yeah, Jotun is definitely a card in round 3 that just creates so many points while your opponent has to sort of discard a bunch of cards. Then I have Parasite, which damages an enemy unit by 6 or boosts an allied unit by 6. Very versatile card. It's an organic and we do need to run the organics, but I'll come to that later. But yeah, very simple card, very easy control card, and very good in the mirror if the opponent plays something like a beast. Speaking of the devil, here's the beast. At the end of your turn, if this unit is not the unit with the highest power on the battlefield, boost it by 2. So this is basically 2 points per turn if this is not the highest unit, obviously, which is not going to be that hard since you are going to be playing a bunch of consume cards and a bunch of big boys with things like Goliath and Wyvern. If this lives and gets to keep going as an engine, it's a very powerful engine and will force the opponent to pass in round 1, which is exactly exactly what you want. And then we have Wisp's Tribute. Deploy range, play an organic card from your deck. Now we're getting ever so close to the card as to why I'm running all of these organics, so bear with me. We're gonna move on to the next card here real quick. Next card is Operator. Spawn and summon a base copy of a bronze unit from your hand to this row on each player's side. So this also starts the clogging pretty early on because you want to play the Noon Wraith with this so that you have as many Noon Wraiths on your side of the field as possible, so that you have as many consume triggers or death wish triggers as possible. And yeah, this definitely helps a lot in this deck. This is a must-have in this deck because this also fills the opponent's side of the field and gives you an extra Noon Wraith, which is obviously what you want. Then we have Karen Zeal. Order, consume an allied unit, charge 3. So this can basically consume a card 3 times. Can consume a Noon Wraith if you need it to, but you usually use your leader for the Noon Wraiths because you want to get that Noon Wraith spawn as fast as possible, and your leader really helps with that. But yeah, I'm not sure about this card. This card feels kind of awkward sometimes in this deck, but the more consumes, the better it is for Detlef to sort of give you the points in the early rounds if you draw Detlef, obviously. And that's really all the reason I have this card, is basically so I can consume Detlef in early rounds without having to use my leader ability for it. Then we have Goliath. Death Wish. Your opponent summons the highest unit from the deck on the opposite row. This can also be used to fill the opponent's side of the field, but usually you just play this as a 10 to trigger Thrive and just have a bit of power play and a bit of reach in round 1. This card also gives you a pretty decent Ozreal target. And there's Ozreal, who consumes a unit from your opponent's graveyard or consumes a unit from your graveyard. I mean, everyone has this card, literally, so yeah, everyone knows this card as well, so yeah, let's just move on to the next one. Glusty Warp. Deploy, destroy all units with 1 power for each unit destroyed, boost self by 2. After you've fully filled the opponent's side of the field with those 1-point rats, you just play this as your last card to remove all those ones. And because you need to win round 1, this is also your last card to play, so the opponent can't play any more cards anyway after you play this. So yeah, this is a pretty insane card in this deck. Plays for a lot of points since you're not consuming your own ones, but rather the opponent's ones. So every one that you play on the opposite side of the field is worth like 3 extra points on this. And yeah, this card's a really good finisher in this deck for sure, and is one of the staples in this type of deck. Then we have Detlef. Death Wish. Summon this unit from the graveyard to the same row. This unit's ability is limited to 2 uses and does not refresh when it leaves the battlefield. So this is why I'm running some consume cards, is so that I can use my leader on the Noon Wraiths in round 3 and just play this for like the points in round 1. And yeah, maybe I'm running too many consumes in this deck, I'm not sure. But as I said, this is not a fully optimized deck. This is just to show you how this deck works, and this is pretty much the simplest way I could build the deck, with like Detlef and a lot of consumes that really don't consume anything other than Detlef or the Noon Wraiths or the ENDREGA eggs, which I've mentioned earlier as well. Then we have Wyvern. Deploy, gain armor equal to the number of cards in your hand. If this unit has no armor, destroy self. This is a very good card in round 1 because it just puts you up by a lot of points, and it might force the opponent to get an early pass because he might be afraid of losing on even. And that is also something that you need to think of in this deck. You might not want to go on and try and win on even because you kind of want to give your opponent the pass. You kind of want the opponent to pass. You kind of want to bait him into passing and then play for the long round 3 so you can clog his side of the field with those rats. And here's the ultimate organic card that this deck works around. It's the Ritual Sacrifice. Trigger all units' Death Wish abilities. So this is the ultimate opponent's board filler, basically. In the best case scenario, you have Operator and 2 Noon Wraiths and this card. So you play Operator and you play the 2 Noon Wraiths, and this card single-handedly puts 6 units on the opponent's side of the field. Then you also have your leader, which basically can consume all the other Noon Wraiths, and you've clocked pretty much 12 units on the opponent's side of the field, making him only able to play pretty much 6 cards this entire game. And by the time you have set up your Operator into these Noon Wraiths, your opponent pretty much has already filled up his board enough so that you can just like play this and have the opponent just force discard every card that he has, and then you can play stuff like Jotun, Glusty Warp at the end, maybe an Ozreal for more points, And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's pretty insane, and this card is definitely a staple in this deck. It's probably the only time you will ever see this card being played. And yeah, this card really does fill up the opponent's side of the field really fast, especially with the new leader ability, which makes this a lot more consistent. And then I have Royal Decree, which I think is a very necessary card in this deck, since you do need the consistency on cards like Operator or Wisp's Tribute for the Ritual Sacrifice. And yeah, this card really helps out with finding you those cards. As for stratagem, I just went for a basic Magic Lamp for the 5 points, simple as that. And then the Overwhelming Hunger leader ability, which destroys an allied unit, then spawns an KIKIMORE in its row and boosts it by the power of the destroyed unit's target. And you have 3 charges, so if you have 3 Noon Wraiths, you can immediately just fill up the opponent's side of the field with the Ritual Sacrifice. 12 units on the opponent's side of the field. That's not really something that anyone wants to see, but this will definitely show him. So yeah, so this is the deck, and one of the most important rules with this deck is you have to win round 1. Round control is the most important thing with this deck. Otherwise, you kind of have to pray that your opponent dry passes in round 2 so that you can play for the long round 3. But that's very rarely the case, especially against something like Hidden Cache, which just, you know, can just play any round whenever it wants. And just for this video, I even bought the whole rat bundle. So yeah, there you go. That's the commitment I have for this channel. So that's 13 euros down the drain just for this chunky rat and this sewer board. But it's worth it in the end, isn't it? Because we want to fill the board up with rats, so we gotta show what we're intending to do from the get-go, right? Alright, first matchup, Ursine Ritual. Ah, but we go first. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, if we went like second, maybe that we could have had a chance there. But you never know, you never know. We need to draw really well here, though. We kind of need to draw really, really well. Okay, this is not a good hand, though, if we want to draw really well. I do need like a Dettlaff here. We do have maybe too many consumes. Goliath's okay. Might want to mulligan this. Ah, Jotun's actually not bad in this matchup even. Do I mulligan the Karen or do I mulligan the Barghest? I can mulligan the Karen, honestly. Okay, this kind of works. Not really. Do I just Decree for like... the Beast ain't gonna do much with Decree. I guess Wyvern's better with Decree in that case. So yeah, let's just go ahead and keep this hand. Play the ENDREGA Larvas. Maybe I should have played around Delirium. Okay, he's gonna just start off with that nonsense. But that's not too bad, since this just gives us a nice big Jotun to start with. But nah, I don't really want to play the Jotun just yet. I need to start with this rather. And yeah, this is where, I mean, this is just stupid, honestly, though. This is like 18 points for what, 10 provisions? I mean, technically 20 provisions, but that's not how it works, though. Okay, he's played for Roach. I think this is my natural selection. So yeah, I just gotta do that. And I think I have to play Wyvern next, even though it runs right into the Stunning Blow. But then I can actually just play Osril. I don't really care if I run into the Stunning Blow. I need to play, you know, for the win here, basically. That's what I'm trying to do here. So go Wyvern. Or we could also go... Oh, is Dettlaff better than Wyvern? I think Dettlaff is better than Wyvern in this situation, because we have the Karen in hand. It's gonna Stunning Blow for low tempo there. That's okay. That's not too bad for us. Okay, we're just gonna Karen here for a Dettlaff, ENDREGA eggs. I'm gonna float this one charge. Actually, no, he has less units than us anyway. I mean, yeah, he has less units than us anyway, so let's just go ahead and use all of that up. 14 points up. We still have the Goliath for the tempo. Maybe we get a pass here? Hopefully. I would love a pass here. He's thinking about it. He might play his Voltkarl here. That wouldn't be too great. Oh! Yes! Now we just need to draw these cards, basically. That's all we need to do. Just draw the Noon Wraiths. We have a lot of chances here to draw the Noon Wraiths. We thinned our deck a little bit with the Tribute and the Decree. That's one Noon Wraith. Now we just need a second one, and that would be... Oh! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got Jotun. Glusty is the only thing we still kind of need. We have 8 cards. We can play like Goliath as well. Do I get rid of this Parasite? I don't really need the Parasite. I'd rather honestly have like, what's it called? Glusty than Parasite, so I just hard mulligan there and try and find the Glusty at least. We played this Goliath just for the carryover on the Osril. That's really all there is to it. We're gonna so dry pass this here. It's actually gonna be insane. Okay, he's gonna play the bear out. Sure, dude. Oh, he got the boy. He got the boy as well. That's so good for him. He's probably happy that I passed here, but he's gonna find out that he won't be very happy that I passed here in the next round. So yeah, the way to beat this deck actually is to kill these Noon Wraiths, by the way. I played against the Northern Realms player and he just started killing these. And it's actually very clever because it just plays around this Ritual Sacrifice, which then plays for very little points. By killing the Noon Wraiths, you do sort of clog your board, but you're not clogging it as much as if you were to, you know, leave the Ritual Sacrifice to get its value. Okay, I want that Glusty. I got that Glusty. Let's go. Easy. Alright, this is an insane hand, actually. This is pretty nutty. We could still play, like, Find Beast. Do I need this Barghest? I mean, I have 3 consumes here. I don't really need the Barghest, honestly. So, yeah, that's fine. Mulliganing the Barghest away. Maybe we could have found, like, a Beast or, like, a Wyvern. That would have also been pretty nice. We're gonna clog this guy's board now. He's playing Svalblood. If he plays, like, the Wildkarl first, like, Svalblood can deal with the rats, usually, because, like, he can technically damage his own units, but he wants to keep his charges for the Wildkarl, doesn't he? So if he plays the Wildkarl and doesn't actually trigger it, we can just, like, simply Parasite it. Oh, he's found the Morkvarg on his side of the field. So that's actually kind of good for him, because he doesn't clog with the Morkvarg when he plays the Lippy anymore. And I would just, like, start playing out these Noon Wraiths really slowly. It's going to be a really slow setup, but then it's just going to explode into these bunch of 1-point cards on his side of the field, which is going to make it really awkward for him, basically. Because he also goes pretty wide with cards like Crow Mother. Oh, Crow Mother is so bad against this. And it's funny because he sees my card back being that... Oh, okay, so he kills the Noon. That's pretty clever by him. If we had Beast, that would be so good. But we keep playing Noon Wraiths out here. Play for the Ritual Sacrifice. It's not a good Ritual Sacrifice, but it's an okay Ritual Sacrifice in my opinion. Oh, that's pretty clever by him. That's very clever. I like that play. That's pretty cool. Boosting the 2 beasts adjacent to each other. And yeah, then we just play Ritual Sacrifice and consume these 2 with our leader. And that should be good. Okay, he's going to decree for the Lippy. Is he going to play it front row? He's not actually going to play it back row. I don't think that's correct, though. Because now he's kind of clogging up here. Alright, so we're going to just Ritual Sacrifice here real good. Also play our leader here twice. Just clog this guy's board, man. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. And yeah, now he's got a bunch of units. And he can only play a few more units that he has left. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So 2, 4, 6. So he can only play 3 more cards on this side of the field. He could obviously use his Ursine Ritual on one of these ones, which is obviously a very good play. And now he has to be careful what he wants to do here. Okay, he's playing more of these Crow Clan Druids. I do kind of want to hit this Morkvarg to a 1, but I think that's kind of unnecessary. So I think I just played my natural selection here. Basically force him to play out cards while we can then profit from Jotun having good value. Okay, there's another bear. So he's now only has 1 more card left to play, but he can obviously use his leader for the killing of the Rets. So I think now I can... do I play Jotun now or do I just play the Kikimora worker? I could also just play Parasite on my own unit. I could also just consume this right now just to avoid the bleeding. Just do that. It's not too bad. And then just Parasite my operator. Get that big Jotun next turn. Maybe I should have waited for that. He can't. I don't think he can trigger the Wildkarl without his leader at least. Okay, so he's using leader on that, which is completely incorrect because you do need this card for sure. So yeah, look at this Jotun now. This is gonna be this deck basically in a nutshell. Just kaboom! Oh my god. That is hilarious. That is genuinely hilarious. Now he has to start... I mean, he could also obviously... I mean, using his 1 charge on this doesn't actually do anything because it spawns the bear. He might have spores though. He might still have spores, but dude, come on. 30 points? 31 for 6 provisions? That's value, boys. That's actual value. That's hilarious. Lacerate. Oh, he's lacerating his own row. Oh, that's kind of fair. I mean, that's cool. But it's like he's playing negative points still. Like, what does it actually do him? And he's giving me more 1s on my Glusty as well. Right. For what? For Utah? Does he have Utah? Oh, he does have Utah. Oh, more units, baby. Let's go. Easy. Okay, so last card probably going to be something like a Morkvarg, but it's not too bad. Okay, I have to consume the Goliath here since we didn't play the Wyvern. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty nice little Glusty. So is his last card Morkvarg? It might be, honestly. Probably is. Is Morkvarg enough here, though? Okay, it's just Ermion. For spores? No, just for a crappy little... Oh, that's so bad, my friend. That is so bad. Okay, I mean, it's not the biggest Glusty, but it's a pretty big Jotun, so I'm happy with that. All right, playing Hidden Cache. Ooh. Now this matchup is really difficult since if they play Sal in like round 3, he plays for so many points, it's actually kind of stupid. I do like this hand actually. 2 of these is pretty nutty, but I do kind of want a big boy here still. I mulligan this natural selection. Okay, we found the operator. I mulligan the ritual sacrifice as well. I mean, this is a decent hand, honestly, but it's not too great as well, you know? Playing for these is okay, I guess. If anything, I would mulligan this Kikimore worker and try and find like one of the golds. Well, it's too late anyway, so that's kind of sad. Hidden Cache. Peaches. The good old peaches. Okay, so we use the Wispa's Tribute to kill that next turn. I mean, at least we try. Okay, it's gonna do that. Gonna get the boat out as well. Good old boat. It's a good old boat here. Alright, gonna parasite you, buddy. Gonna get that good little thrive. And then we play the beast, and then we play the worker, and then we play hopefully a pass. Because this is looking kind of awkward, honestly. Okay, so gonna go for this. That's pretty annoying. He's probably gonna poison that. I mean, if he poisons, yeah, he's gonna poison that. Oh, that's not good. Okay, but I think is passing here even good? I mean, we have so many major cards in our hand right now, and Osriel doesn't do anything. I could Osriel his peaches. That might honestly be an option I might take into consideration. Am I gonna do that? Am I that desperate to Osriel his peaches? Oh my god, he just passes for me. He just passed for me. Why did... What? Why do people just suddenly pass so early? Okay, I'll take it, honestly. But Saul is obviously a problem in this matchup. Oh, but we got some good pushing potential here. This is a pretty insane hand as well. This is actually the best hand I could ask for here. So yeah, let's go for the Igern. We can push this a little more than usual. Actually, no, I'm not gonna push that. This is fine. Not to... could also play the Goliath, honestly. Okay, so he's poisoned that. Honestly, I think I just pass. I just pass here. Poison is kind of spooky. And another poison. Okay. Good for you. Good for you. The Saul is going to be a bit annoying because it's going to play for like 20 something points if he plays it early on. But yeah, other than that, I think we should be okay. 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 We should be good here still. So I need natural selection. Is there any 5s that Syndicate plays? Not really. Is there any other good card that I might want? Jotun is very good. I would like a Jotun here. I mean, we got the Kree, but I like the Kree for like, I don't know, something better. Okay, I guess I can get rid of the Barghest. I mean, natural selection is not too bad, and honestly, can kill the Seductress. Okay, we got the Laugh-Hire Vampire, but I still think I play the Kree for Jotun at least. Okay, so there's a Sly Seductress. I think we kill that. I don't mind that play too much. This probably means he missed his Passiflora. This could definitely mean that. Okay, he's played 2 of these, so there's nothing we can do against that, I guess. But yeah, now we just start clogging, baby. Now we just start clogging here. Kalkstein. That's a cute little Kalkstein, if it would actually do anything against us. And yeah, here's the beauty yet again of this deck. Absolute beauty. It's so beautiful. He has to start playing his good cards here now, otherwise he's gonna be in a bit of trouble. There's the Philippa. He's gonna yoink one of them. That's okay. I mean, it's bad, but it's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. We can still clock his board like crazy. So he did he not find Saul? Oh, there's Saul, but and we could have actually killed him with the thingy. Okay, so now we just start clogging here. Go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and clog a little bit. You know, a little clog never hurt nobody. You know, it's how it is. It's how it is. I could also use my Goliath. Actually, no, I think I use my Consumer to Detlef. So how many cards does he have left to play? I think 1, and he has 3 more cards to play. So probably like a Madame Savola. That would be a good play for him because he's still getting the passive points off of his Saul. Okay, there's the Madame. I think next up is going to be a Savola, which... Fair enough. I mean, good combo, you know, Savola, Madame, those are pretty good cards. Very decent little cards to have in your deck. So I'm guessing Savola next, and then he's run out of space. And there's the Savola, and now we just, you know, like chillax a little bit here, and, you know, just look at him discarding his cards here, basically. I mean, this Saul is so problematic, though, still. Even at 2 points per turn. So there's the discards happening. That's what we like to see. I think now we just play the Jotun. And yeah, boom, 25. It's not as big as the first Jotun that we played, but it's still a pretty decent Jotun if you ask me. there's the discards. So he doesn't have the double fist tech in the end, which might have won him the game. But yeah, here we go. Just, you know, playing cards that he can't really do anything about because he can't really play any cards here. Now we just, like, you know, pretty easily win here. It's pretty funny. This is a pretty stupid deck, but it's pretty hilarious. So this one's a bigger Glusty this time, so yeah. I love this deck so much. It's so funny to play. Alright, who are we? We're playing Hidden Cache again. So we saw what Hidden Cache did the first time. Hopefully this time we can, you know, keep the train on the hype, you know? That's what we like to see. Okay, we got Detlef, so we can play for Detlef this round. Don't need the... And I mean, ENDREGA decks aren't bad per se. This natural selection isn't that bad either. Tribute we want for the Ritual, obviously. And I think, I mean, playing this hand out is actually okay, because we have a lot of cards that we can just play in this round. So I think I'll just go ahead and do that. I mean, we could have obviously found some better cards, like maybe like a Wyvern. We don't have the Wombo combo yet, the Operator. We do want that for sure, but we do have the Kree as well to find it. So that's always good. So I think after that, we just play the Detlef. Yeah, we just played Detlef. Or, no, I think we play the Wispus Tribute first on, like, Natural Selection, maybe. But Natural Selection doesn't actually do anything. Oh, he's playing... Oh, no, he's playing Passiflora already. That's not good. That's really not great. Okay. This is kind of scary. The fact that he's playing Passiflora here is a bit of a trouble. A lot of trouble, actually. Okay. Don't like this. Tell you, I don't like this Passiflora nonsense. It don't do too much. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is not good. This is very, very bad. But I just fight for this round. I just fight for it hard. All I have to do, really. Oh, is he gonna yoink this with Philippa? Oh, he is. I guess I can play this now. I don't know. This is really bad, though. We are so screwed. We are so goddamn screwed. Oh, no, 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 not the poison. Not the poison, my friend. What are you doing, man? What are you doing to me? So yeah, that's probably the only way to win this round is by going like super crazy in round one and try and win on even under every circumstance. I mean, yeah, he's committed quite a bit of stuff here. Yeah, this ain't looking too... I'm looking... This is not looking good. This is definitely not looking good. Okay, so I'm passing here. I could have passed on 5, but there might be a slight chance that he takes double last say. And if that's the case, we could be good, but most likely not. Very unlikely though. Very, very unlikely. Okay, I mean, the Kree could be like a Wyvern. I mean, Jotun doesn't do much in this hand. Operator's okay, slightly. Not really, but he's okay. He's okay. We got this for the ENDREGA. Sure. I mean, we just lose, right? Because he's got the Bonkers hand, and he's hidden cash, and we lost coin flip. It was funny that with the previous opponent, because the previous opponent actually like passed really early, and we had double ENDREGA larvas, which really helped as well. Now it's looking a bit grim. Unless he passes, then it's looking pretty good. Then it's actually looking actually very good. Because then double assay doesn't mean jack. Because then we just don't play Glusty, I guess, and play it for like a Jotun or something. But there it is. There, I mean, there's this Smork. Yeah, I don't think we can win against this now. We already played the friggin... I forgot we played the Parasite already. I kind of wasted my card there. So yeah, this is looking like a loss, very, very much so. Okay, there's Berzodi. Yeah, I mean, this is just hidden cash though. Like, what are you gonna do against it if it draws the golds that it needs? Like, 3 bronzes so far. That's 4 bronzes. I mean, it's not really about bronze. It's just about this leader ability being completely out of friggin' like. This is such a dumb leader ability. Like, I even made a deck around how dumb it is. It literally carried me to pro rank. It's way too easy to play. You literally don't need to think. This is actually like Syndicate, like no brain Syndicate. It's actually kind of funny because like his 3 points per turn here is just like, can I even catch up to that? I don't even know if I can catch up to that. Like, I need to like play literally so many goddamn cards here. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I have no idea how I would win this now. Okay, so there's the pass from him. Can we keep up with the worker? Yeah, it does actually keep up here, doesn't it? Okay. This is such a dumb friggin' card, dude. Alright, I mean, how do we win? We win with, like, Jotun. Oh, okay, this is actually not too bad here. Could maybe find a sac. Oh, that's actually not too bad either. I mean, this is like the hand we win with, right? This has to be the hand we win with. Could mulligan like a Jotun though. Is Jotun that good in this case? Hey, he is kind of good though, isn't he? He's pretty good. So I have to start? Okay, whatever. Fair enough. I mean, we just overwhelming hunger right now, right? Because you don't want him to sort of interact with this. Fill his board up here. Might as well. Okay. Do we just go for full? I'm going for full meme here, basically. I'm also eating the Goliath here in hopes of finding like a Savola through this. There you go. Very nice. Okay. Oh. Okay. I was worried there for a second that he might go for like a... okay, he's got a lot of units on board, so Jotun's actually not too bad here. More clogging on his side of the field. So Jotun and Glusty in this case, pretty decent, I guess. I don't think we can win, but it's actually going to be closer than you think. Because these are pretty big. These are pretty big, actually, these two. Pretty chunky lads. Okay. So, yeah, just Jotun here. I mean, if he has Irden, we're screwed, but whatever. I don't care at this point anymore. We got nothing to lose here, basically. Boom! 12-point Jotun. Let's go. Easy. I mean, 15, but, like, we always go for the boost. And, yeah, Glusty's going to be pretty big as well. And the fact that we got the Savola out was also really good with the Goliath. So he had the bank. His last card might be, like, Louisa and Morels in that case. Probably is the case here. Okay, another one of these. Alright. So, yeah, Glusty. Let's go. Let's go for the big boy Glusty here. And, yeah, we're up by a few. Not sure if we can actually win. Because if his last card's, like, Louisa and Morels, we lose. But anything else, we might actually win still. There's Louisa. Now, last card Morels. That is the question. Oh, it's actually kind of close, you know. It's actually real, like 7 points, and he had double last say. Yeah, it was kind of close, you know. All right, last match against Bloodscent. Okay. This time opponent goes first, so we're gonna try and, you know, get that win in round 1 and see how we can do. Okay, this is actually pretty good because you can just play for this Death Wish here. Also play for the Wyvern here. I like this hand. This hand's good. This hand is good. Very good. I know I maybe should mulligan more often, but I think like with this hand, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Because we can play for like the super smorky plays. Play the double ENDREGA eggs, for example, and play the Barghest. Play the Wyvern, the Goliath, the Workers, the you-know-whats. Okay, just go for this here. Just play for the points here, basically. Oh, he's gonna Gale for that. Okay, it's pretty interesting. Not sure if that's actually that good though. Okay, but we have a lot of reach with this Wyvern. That's so good. This Wyvern really helps us out here. Generally, this hand helps us out a lot because we just have a lot of good cards. Okay. Play this next, then play the Goliath and Wyvern, and hopefully passes by that point. Do I decree for the Wispus here? This might be a bit risky, but I think it's correct. It keeps me in the round basically. I think I need to do this. This might take a lot of consistency out of my deck, since now I'm very dependent on drawing the cards. This Necrot has done quite a bit of damage though. This has kept him in the game pretty much. Okay, so he's passed though, so that's good. That is good. So yeah, now we're a bit draw dependent. I mean, that's not the greatest to be draw dependent here, but yeah, what can you do sometimes? Okay, so mulligan this. Oh yes, let's go. Easy draws, baby. Okay, so I want just another Noon Wraith, and that's really all there is to it. That's really all I need. Just another Noon Wraith, and we're good here. We're good. Noon Wraith. Oh, I need the Ritual actually more than I need the other Noon Wraith. Oh, Ritual is very important. I might have to hard mulligan here. Mulligan like a Barghest as well. Yeah, the Barghest mulligan might be something that I will look into. I mean, the Beast, sorry. Okay, we got the other Noon. Dude, why am I so good at this video game sometimes? It's actually kind of crazy. Okay, I can actually mulligan the... Can I though? Do I want to mulligan the thingy? Not really. It's pretty good. Might as well take the points, right? This is an insane hand though. This is actually crazy. Okay, Swarm for me, baby. Let's go. Oh, he might be like a Crimson Curse deck if he's playing this. Yeah, or he's just like a typical vampire deck. Okay, there's Osrol. I mean, sure. Whatever. So yeah, we just start clogging, baby. Start the clog. I mean, his Orianna might carry him here, but at the same time, Jotun sort of has the same point output that his Orianna might have. Plus, we have these ENDREGA larvas in this round as well, so it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad, that's for sure. But we did draw pretty well here. We did pretty much draw the ultimate, like, insanity. Like, this was the perfect draw we could have asked for here. Like, I actually don't know what would have been better here. Okay, so now he plays for the Orianna. That is a given. He spawns more units. So, yeah, this is where he starts to, you know, get a bit desperate. But we don't really care about his desperation. He can get those passive points with Orianna. We don't really mind it. Because at some point, he's just going to have no space anymore. There's his Wyvern. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Because, like, we have so much, like, point potential here as well. But this Orianna might carry him, as I said. But yeah, now we just clog his board. His board will be clogged here. Pretty big clog as well. Oh my god. Okay. Bye-bye opportunities to play a unit, Mr. Opponent. Okay, there's one. There's another. And there's another. Okay, sweet. There you go. There you go, Mr. Opponent. Now start discarding your cards, please. There you go. Now I can start playing my cards. There you go. Oh, this is so good. I might stop Karathi, though. I might play, like, Wyvern and he might Karathi hit. Or he might Karathi this. Play Wyvern now. I don't want to play this Jotun too early here. I know playing units here is kind of bad for my Jotun, but I kind of want to get his Karathi out. Wait, does he have any tall units? He still has, like, his Goliath. Yeah, just do this, right? Eat his Goliath. And now he starts discarding more cards. Ah, bye-bye cards. What cards are you discarding here, sir? Oh, he's discarding some pretty good cards as well. Alright, go Jotun. Not the biggest of... Oh, still like 19 points, though. That's pretty insane. And bye-bye cards. And hello, win. Look at this. Like, we win by like 106... Like, we have 116 points here. And he just couldn't do anything against anything. It's so good. I love this deck. This is such a good deck. And yeah, as you saw in these games, this deck is hilarious to play. It's very toxic to play against, probably. It has to be the most annoying feeling to force discard your cards, basically. But it also showed the weakness of this deck, because winning round 1 is pretty much your game plan. You're also quite draw dependent. We did get quite lucky with the draws, I have to admit. But that's why things like Royal Decree and Wispa's Tribute are in the deck, just to have that consistency or that thinning in maybe like a round 1 or so, that you find those cards more easily. And yeah, I might not say this is competitive, because if people can identify this deck, it's very easy to play around it, because you basically just have to win round 1. And winning round 1 actually isn't that easy against monsters, since monsters just has these big points with things like Wyvern and the ENDREGA larvas as engines added to it. So yeah, this is a very funny deck, so make sure to check this out. Maybe try and bamboozle or troll your opponents. The deck link will be in the description. You can obviously change a few things with this deck. I don't think it is fully optimized, but judging by the games that I've played, you probably might think this is optimized, honestly. But there is a core set in this deck that you have to keep for it to actually work. And yeah, and that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.